Hi, honey.
Hi, Ashley.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm outside of the house right now, in case you didn't notice.
Yeah, outside but still on location.
On location. I'm really enjoying this natural light.
Yeah,
Getting some
good.
vitamin D.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Got a little bit of echo between these brick walls, but as you've probably noticed, people are just making do. We've been watching like Jimmy Fallon and other shows that people have just made do.
Yeah.
And you make do wherever you are, and I think that's kind of the sentiment of how people are doing right now. You figure out how to make it work if you're working at home, if you're also homeschooling now.
Yeah, most of us have gone through a significant amount of change. I think it'd be easier to list the things that haven't changed for us than the things that have. So,
Yeah.
But as we think about it, let's each share. Like, will you share like something good that's come from it? Because I know it's easy that we all hear like all these
Something good that's come from like this time being
Yeah.
on the whole social distancing and shelter in place, shelter at home
yeah,
stuff.
like something like when it gets done that you maybe hope that you remember.
I like spending time with you and the boys. I'm not just saying that because we're on a video right now, though. So,
I know.
I like spending time with the boys, and being able to do that more has been really good. So, to give an example, like doing work, what day is today? Friday?
Friday.
Two nights ago, doing work, and then getting done with it, and then being right there with the kiddos.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah, because
and that was
Wednesdays
nice.
usually it's like a 14-hour day for you.
Still
It
a
was-
really long day.
It was still a very long day, but at least
The
you
travel
got to
time.
eat dinner at home at like 7:30, maybe 8
Instead of 9.
9:30, and
Yeah.
so
That's good.
yeah, so that was
So
nice.
I think just those little pockets and maybe analyzing where is it that we spend our time. And when you take out the travel time, but when you take out travel time, you also take out some of that zone out time. I don't know if you're like me, but when you're driving to work or you're in your car, it kind of feels like your little bubble where you can listen to music, you can listen to a podcast, you can decompress, you can make the phone calls that you need to make that maybe aren't easy to make when you're at the house or where you're at work or whatever else. There's drive time phone calls. Have you noticed that? There's drive time phone calls. You miss out on those. So that's been something that I have appreciated about being home and saving on that time. So that's been good. And I think appreciating those relationships a little bit more and realizing, no, I miss that. So appreciating what I have in my life, I
Yeah.
think that's been something good. What about you? What's something good you've gotten?
Yeah, I definitely would say being able to just have time with the kids. I'm trying to just do all of the work on lag time. We've got a babysitter right now. We haven't had a babysitter, so we're trying to take a moment. And this is our date moment. a little
date
bit. Now, we
moment.
had a little bit of time in the car, and so try to just enjoy those moments. Like, we haven't had a date. These things that maybe were some sort of pattern in our lives, all of those things have kind of gone out the window. So, but yeah, just trying to say, throughout this time, I want to feel like I had a stronger relationship with my kids. So for us, like during the summer, I'm usually home and I do feel super connected to the kids
You
at
get
the
more
end of the
attached to 'em.
summer. And I feel like it's always hard to go back to work in the fall because I miss the kids. And so, feeling like we are getting this extended time, and it's a little bit of a trial run. We've considered homeschool, so we say, hey, this is an idea. Our boys are actually doing pretty well with it, and so just us being able to have a moment to say, if something changed in our lives, maybe we could homeschool down the road. Maybe it isn't impossible for us. But I was pretty sad whenever we found out that they aren't gonna go back to school because
We
I
really
was
like their
hoping,
school, so that's
yeah,
hard.
to have
Yeah.
to have that, and they learn so much, and so we aren't going to be able to teach them all day all these things because we still have other things we have to do. So that's been hard.
Appreciate
But,
teachers.
Yeah, appreciating the time, the intimate time with our kiddos.
Yeah. So I think there's lots of things to appreciate, and there's also struggles that people have that are going through this. And Ashley and I have specialized in grief and the anxieties and all kinds of things that go along with it. And we've definitely noticed that things are connected. So if you've had a trigger or something that you've felt anxious about in the last few days or a week or so, it could maybe be connected to something else that's been traumatic for you. And we often think that we're compartmentalized and, okay, I've dealt with that. All right, put a box around it, put a bow on it, and then I'm done with it. But sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes you realize, wait a second, I'm thinking about this a lot, and that can make things difficult or anxieties. And if things are difficult at home for you on a regular basis, like before all of this happened, and then you significantly increase how much home time you have, that brings up stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, what I've noticed is that there's a lot of people who they feel like they've kind of gone backward. I was doing really well. I hadn't been anxious. I even came off my medications, and now I am worse than ever, or I feel just less stable again. Maybe they haven't gone completely back, but they've digressed. They feel like they've made progress, and now they're moving backward. And so I've just been kind of thinking about what it is that helps me to stay the most motivated. So we've had, I don't know, close to 20 days like this, back home, trying to figure out all these different roles. And I think I've had 3 days that have been pretty bad days. And so I've tried to, look at those days and say, what is it that's different? What's hard about those days?
Like what makes it bad?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, because the emotions have felt stronger. So like normally if you go through I feel like the highs have been, I haven't had as many highs, but the lows are lower right now. And
that sounds like a boring roller coaster.
That's not the kind of one
I
you
never
want to be on.
coaster.
But anyhow, I definitely feel like for me, doing a Zoom call, doing FaceTime, doing different things, like planning one of those at least every day to have some things. Like it may just be an unplanned, but like we're going to, FaceTime a family member. And so trying to do that has been important for me. Heard John A. Cuff, he shares, take a shower, put on pants, do those things. You're going to be more productive. And so, for us, we have the little alarm clocks. We've got 3 of them. Caden, Preston, Emerson, they are our alarm clocks. So it does keep us up, getting up early. But
why do they get up so early?
I don't know. But I got up before them today, and I usually do. But
it's not a race.
I really feel like me getting up before them has been super helpful. So we want to encourage you guys to think about what it is that you need, because your needs are different than our needs. But we all have needs, and we've all had deficit. Like we're all missing some things that are ordinarily in our lives. Like you said, that car ride. And like we don't even all realize what all we're missing unless we go for a drive and we're like, haven't done this in a while. And so take some time to think about what it is that you're missing. And so we want to give you a reminder that we do offer coaching, and we have our Love and Loss video series for anyone who's going through grief. That is actually available for free right now. And so you can go to rightnowmedia.org, and they have a free library, and ours made that free library. And so we are so thankful that we were able to offer that to you.
Yeah.
And then, but we do, we will, be happy to send messages back on social media and, just kind of touch base with you guys. But also if you want coaching, we are offering online coaching. And so we want to help you if you're struggling with anxiety, if you're struggling with grief. Normally you're doing a good job, you're fine, but this really having a setback here. We want to help you guys to be encouraged. And so, but just know most of what we're experiencing is pretty normal. It's an interesting season. It is not fun. It is hard, but we can definitely make the best of it. And so what are you doing to have fun? What are you doing to use this time to think about the memories that you want to remember, the memories you want to make, that you'll see a year down the road, a few years down the road. So,
because sometimes the crisis and the change can paralyze you, but there really are opportunities out there.
Yeah.
There's opportunities to be more creative, and sometimes when we have limited resources or limited whatever freedom that we feel like it is, then we can become more creative with it. So maybe as people's shock wears off and you feel like, all right, let me start thinking about how to adapt and how to overcome this and how to use it to my benefit, and what is it that I really want to develop? What is it that I want to build? It is a difficult time, but what can you build during this time that you're going to be proud of when this is over? When you look back on this time, what inputs do you need to put into it so you feel good about this time? Because you have control over that.
Yeah. So get out there and do it, or get in there and do it. Stay home, maybe outside, fresh air, depending on your states and what your laws are.
Go to the brick wall beside your house and do that. And put on something other than sweatpants, right?
I know, right? Clothes melatonin. That's what I heard. Sweatpants or clothes melatonin. They will make your brain asleep. It's kind of funny. So
that's good.
Have a great one. See ya.